Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Married to Sports. Guys, we don't have any guests this morning. It's just us.
Wow, what are we going to do? We got to look at Corey all morning.
But I gotta know, what is a Flintstone facilitator?
A Flintstone?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Flintstone. Oh, so
wondering.
you just don't know how to spell.
I forgot how to spell it,
Yeah,
okay? I tried to do it quickly
Yabba
because I
dabba
was
do.
running late this
hooked
morning.
on
But I wasn't running as late as
hooked
some
on
people.
phonics.
Hook it on
Hooked on phonics.
phonics.
We need to
Work
send it to
it
Bird.
for me.
Yeah, we need to send the hooked on phonics to Rodney.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. For real. It's so good to see you guys. We've been doing this for a little over a month, and this is the highlight of my day. Um, no, you're not the highlight of my
Seeing
day,
me, I know.
but coming on here and talking sports and being able to look at sports without the drama has been really, really nice. Um, I was listening to a couple of my shows that I hadn't listened to in a while, and I didn't even make it an hour in. Couldn't even make it an hour in, because they're already
Hmm.
saying the same things that we're saying. And I was like, man, we've already talked about this, and we've already talked about that. We've already talked about this. We've already talked about that. And so I'm grateful that we have this platform and we're able to do this. I think to all of our listeners out there, that make this possible, man, we really do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. But I was sitting there, uh, dude, we have a badass group of people just around us
Yes, we
constantly.
do, and we've got it, and it's not just localized. We've got it. You know, us three are definitely different from different states, but we've got the West Coast, East Coast, North, South. I mean, we've met a ton of people all over, so we get different views on different
Believe it or
things.
not,
Even if even if the 49er fan is delusional.
believe it or not, a quarter of our listeners aren't even from the United States.
Wow,
28% of our listeners actually come from the United Kingdom.
that's
So
surprising.
shout out to all y'all on the other side of the
So
pond. Appreciate y'all for listening in. Appreciate everybody, no
so
matter where you're
they're listen,
from. We appreciate you.
they're listening to our podcast and eating
But
bangers. That's what I
but the
like.
the fact that we are in other countries, um, that to me is cool. Like here I am stuck in Oklahoma, and somebody is listening to me all the way from Great Britain. Like that is to me the
Yeah.
coolest thing in the world. Um,
And just think, Brandon, think of this. Since we've been doing this, the people in Great Britain and the United Kingdom all over there that's listening, they all now realize how bad Clemson sucks.
Oh,
Thanks to us.
y'all remember this, Great Britain? Corey's a closet delusional Bears fan that will never come out the closet.
the My Longhorns though are gonna make a statement this weekend. I'm telling y'all right now, feeling it. Five TDs. Arch Manning's throwing a tea party on Saturday. Y'all get ready. 2:30. Y'all just get ready. Arch Manning throwing a tea party. I don't care what anybody says. We got a Manning, and if he doesn't go pro next year, then we got him for one more year. We got a Manning. We will see a natty. We will see a natty.
Well, I hope for your sake that's true. But I will. I'll ride your back with that one until it comes up against the Hurricanes, and then after that, I got to go for the U. I got to
The
pull the
I'm a
hurry.
little
U.
nervous for y'all this weekend.
I am too.
Like
Very
Yeah, we
everybody's
got
the way I'm hearing everybody's talking like Florida State's out of it, and Florida State ain't out of it. Now they had a really bad game. Like that
no.
that was that 2-10 team that we saw last week. Um, man, I put Norvell.
That was a team looking for ahead to the next
I've
game.
already put Norvell in the graveyard, so I guess I can keep talking about him. I really do believe in that coach, man. I do. There's something about him that says, dude, I want to go play for you.
But
I
you
don't know
know
what it
what?
is. I can't quite pinpoint it, but dude, he gets me. Dude, he makes me want to go play football again. And that's so
You know
hard to
what?
do because I remember what that's like.
You say that.
Me too.
You say that, and honestly, we got a friend of ours, Dio, that's been on the show before. He made a example the other night on one of our lives. He goes, you know what? You can change the sheets being the coordinators around you,
Yep.
but at some point you gotta change the mattress, meaning the head coach. He's not sold on Norvell long term. So ultimately,
Do I think he's a national title contending coach? I don't know. That's not that when I look at coaches, that's not what I look at. Um, I look and see if you can call a place, right? And I've not watched Florida State like that, but I've seen them with their back against their wall and him make a couple of decisions coaching that changes the outcome of the game for the positive for Florida State. And that's one of the things I
Yeah.
look at. Another thing I look at is, man, do you get me excited and make me want to go play? Dan Campbell is the best coach when it comes to. I mean, I say that for me, he talks and I get fired up. I I can only imagine what it would be like in that locker room. And so when I look at coaches, I look at that. Can you lead me? Can you get me excited to play? And can you make decisions in when the moment calls? And
Yep.
for me, Norvell checks all those boxes.
I agree with you on Norvell. I mean, growing up where I grew up, we had a few coaches, and Corey, you followed college basketball too, especially in college basketball where you had like the Dean Smiths, the Krzyzewski. Those coaches are a dying breed now about wanting to play for. I mean, the energy they brought. So,
It's hard. I mean, and especially in today's world with you know, the transfer
yeah,
portal, there's it's hard to find students, kids that are gonna ride with you because one little speed bump, they're ready to transfer. And you know, if the good coaches are keeping the players. You know, they're not having so much turnover. And I don't say that's so much a great coach. That's a great communicator
exactly.
to me. And in this day and world, you got to be a communicator to keep your team together.
And you know, with this NIL and transfer portal and everything, the way that it is, you know, it may not be. Some of these coaches may not be the best fit for coaches. They might just need to be really expensive recruiters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I say really expensive, I mean Dabo can still recruit, man. Dabo can still recruit,
He
and I
can
think,
recruit.
and
Yeah.
if he's lost his fastball, or maybe he's lost his passion, or maybe I don't know what's going on over there in Clemson for me. So I'm not trying to make speculations on him. Just going off of what I've heard in his press conferences and what I've heard from you. You know, maybe you just recruit for a little bit. Maybe you're just a recruiter for a little bit.
Because sometimes, you know, that has to be getting hard on these coaches because, you know, yes, they have assistants and stuff that goes recruits, but, you know, most of these kids, if they're going to go to that school, they want that head coach to come and recruit them. They want to meet that head coach and blah, blah, blah. And now you're putting not only the coaches having to do everything they've already been done, now that they're recruiting to get, but they're recruiting more because not only do they have to go recruit these high school kids, they've got to go recruit these college kids. Then they got to recruit their own players to stay, you know, and it's put a lot of stress on the head coaches, and we're starting to see it. We're seeing the coaches say, "I'm done." Nick Saban, prime example. I'm done. I'm not going to continue to do this. If I want to do that, I'll coach in the pros.
You know, you're 100% right. And we've even seen it in the last couple years in college basketball with quite a few guys left, like Jay Wright and Tony Bennett, guys that were at the top of their
Yeah.
game. I mean, literally, they and Nick Saban and whoever else you want to put in there in football. You see it so much. It, is it the passion they lose, or is it the will to do it anymore with the rules changes?
To be honest with you, I think it's college football itself. I think the way the college football has changed, the way these players' attitudes have changed, the way the mentality has changed. Um, we talked to Coach Bacon yesterday, and I asked him. I said, you and I, we grew up in the same era. We both graduated '07. Have you noticed a difference in mentality between when we played versus today? And he was like, absolutely. You know what I mean? And you have. Now, I'm not going to sit here and dog these young players for not being as mentally tough as we were. But they also haven't had to go through the trials and tribulations that we've had. Like, if you notice, like, what we've done to our kids, we've made it so easy for our kids to not have to go through what we went through. Well, where's the struggle? When you don't struggle, you don't have growth. And so we as parents we are by taking the struggle completely out of the kids' hands, we're hindering them. Really.
Yeah. Yeah, and you think about it, Brandon. The technology from when we were in high school to now even is just astronomical, and we've seen it. Like the old coaches, we saw coaches that, like a Dean Smith, a Mike Krzyzewski, a Jim Boeheim. These coaches, you never thought they'd ever retire because they're in their upper 70s, and now you're seeing Jay Wright retire, Tony Bennett retire. They don't want to. Their coaching style doesn't. They're going to be able to coach, but the way their passion is, it's not met by the players.
Exactly.
You're not
when
you're not going to be able to coach players the way that we were coached. Period.
No.
You're not going to be able to tough coach.
Bobby Knight would never be allowed in this era.
Shit, could you imagine Eddie Sutton?
Or Eddie Sutton.
Could you imagine Eddie
Those
Sutton
two
in
right
today's
there?
game?
Those two would be suspended after the first game, maybe after the first practice.
Eddie Sutton would get thrown out in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. That's if him and Bobby Knight would make it to the game, because they would be suspended on the spot, because the first time they said something how they talk to their players in today's age.
Hey, which is another thing.
It'd be all over the
Which is another thing. I'm going to harp on the refs for a minute. Sorry, Corey, you struck a nerve. Appreciate you. If we are going to school to be a referee, one, either learn how to throw the flag or learn how to hold that damn thing. Two, stop being such a crybaby. Stop being a crybaby as a referee. Have some thick skin. You missed a play? Hey, man, I missed it. I'll see it next time. All right, thanks, referee. I appreciate it. I've been on the field where the guy was holding me. I'm like, dude, he's holding me. I can't go nowhere. And he's like, all right, man, I'll look for it the next time. That's all I can ask of you, dude. Appreciate you. Call it both ways.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You got to be fair.
I do, unfortunately.
Stop rooting for your freaking team if you're a referee. Quit it. It is hurting the game, and you're pissing me off.
Well, then that's the thing. That's a lot of it now. I mean, these guys get paid good money now to be refs, umps, and blah, blah. They have to go through school. They have to go through refresher courses. And, Angel Hernandez was a perfect person. How do you lose your strike zone over the years? It's been the same since I played baseball.
That's it.
The strike zone is the same. And how do you lose it? I mean, it's never changed. I understand there's other rules that have changed, but the strike zone has never changed.
And these umpires, they don't know how to call outside of the plate. Baseball?
No.
Oh, the corner of the plate, you might as well forget it. It's gone.
Yeah. That day that we were watching the Guardians and Tigers, that first game.
I didn't see that.
That umpire would not call anything that was high. It wasn't high, but it was, higher of the strike zone and at the edge on the outside. Never called one. Inside every time. And you know what? That as a hitter, that's like, okay, I don't have to look for the outside pitch. That just made my swing zone that much easier, because I don't have to look for an outside pitch or up in the zone.
Go
ahead, Ronnie.
Perfect example to what we're talking about. Corey, I know Brandon might not, but did you watch that College World Series?
Mm.
All right. Remember the game, second game where Coastal Carolina and all coach got
Yep.
into it
Yep.
over balls and
Yep.
strikes or whatever? I mean, literally, he did not. It got so bad that he got thrown out of the game.
It's Coastal Carolina, North Carolina, or South Carolina.
South Carolina, but the point,
Yeah, it was Coastal in South Carolina. It wasn't in the World Series. It was
It's a
it
it
was
was the world. It
super
was the World Series.
it was a Super Roost.
We were playing
Yeah, but
LSU.
it was on national
Division
TV.
two.
No,
No, it was Coastal Carolina LSU. It was LSU. It was a best of 3 series. Coastal Carolina's coach gets kicked out in the first game of the World Series, College World Series, game 1. Gets
Are you
kicked
in
out,
balls and strikes?
arguing a ball and strike. Not even arguing. He was just talking to the ump, and the ump threw him. And so Coastal Carolina lost the first game. Well, you're already down 0-1 and playing LSU, who, LSU, Coastal Carolina, there's a difference in players. Not a lot. Coastal Carolina
yeah,
has good players, but LSU won the title. That was a no-brainer. You just threw out the coach of the year.
As much as I can't stand the football zebras. I'm getting my real complaint is with the WNBA referees and Major League Baseball.
Yes.
The WNBA is ridiculous. There is no reason a woman should be getting body slammed and it not be called a foul.
I agree.
That is
Yep.
the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm all about letting the women play, but let's be real. Let's be real on what a foul is. Can we please?
This
Like Caitlin Clark,
this isn't the playground
Caitlin Clark
where
is out because you guys would not do your job and protect her and call a freaking foul. That is stupid.
Yeah.
Now back to the baseball thing.
Yeah.
We watched the Red Sox Yankees game, and both the Red Sox and the Yankees should have had several strikeouts looking, and which drives me nuts. That's my
Yes.
number one pet peeve. If it's close, why are we not taking why are you letting the umpire make that decision? But anyway, corner of the plate, both the Yankees and the Red Sox were throwing it on the corner of the plate. And, I mean, they were legit strikes and not being called.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's like the umpires have forgotten the corner of the plates is a strike. Pitchers, that's the one kind of advantage a pitcher can get is by painting those corners. And when you stop doing that, you make that strike zone so small. I'm sorry, Otani is going to make you pay for it. Judge is going to make you pay for it. And he ain't making the umpires pay for it. He's making the other team pay for it. And that's
No.
not fair.
no, and it's crazy.
It's really not. I mean, look at how many corners Greg Maddux painted
Mhm.
in his prime.
Well, and the thing is here's the thing. If say the ump's not calling an inside strike, right? So as a good hitter, you're gonna move closer to that plate. Okay. Well, to get him off that plate, it used to be they would throw a pitch to dust him back. And you can't even do that anymore because they're wanting to throw you out if you knock a player down.
I
Oh,
mean,
I
I'd
remember
knock him
catching
down.
in high school. And I remember we had several umpires that would not call a curveball. You could throw that thing right down the center
Yeah.
of the plate, but because it curved, he would not call a strike.
Yep.
I got thrown out. I got
I've
thrown out
seen
one
that.
time in high school.
Yep.
Talking to an umpire, and that was that day.
Yep.
He would not call a curveball, and I'm like, "Are you blind, or you just don't know how to call this game?" Boy, he threw me out so
Yeah.
fast.
what did your
It's
What-
frustrating because
No, he went out there and started yelling too,
You
and I was
know,
like, "No,
it's-
this is bullshit." I was like, "He's not calling a fucking. It's right down the middle of the fucking plate. You gotta call it. You gotta call it." And Coach Chappell was like, "Get back in the dugout," and he goes out there and he gets thrown out.
Yeah, I've sat there and watched, these umpires, when you even just as a fan, that's never umpired. I've played, but I never umpired. But when the ball comes across the plate, the front of the plate is where the strike is occurring, and these umpires are waiting to see where the ball lands to call a strike. You can't do that. You have to be able to watch the ball and know the strike zone.
I was not a very good framer. I wasn't. I am too fast. My ADHD is too fast to sit there and hold the ball. I catch that thing, but if I catch that thing in the center of the plate, I caught that thing in the center of the plate. There is no denying where I caught that ball. It's not. I'm not flipping my glove over. I'm gonna hold it where I caught it.
You say
When I'm doing this, we got an issue.
you say that, and here's the thing about the umpires: are these catchers framing good enough to get the
No.
calls?
Dude, I've not even seen catchers frame like that. Now, hold on. I did see the Red Sox catcher frame a few that were all right. But no, I'm not even seeing catchers doing any framing. Like, I'm seeing, like, these guys actually throwing it across the plate. The tracker's even throwing it across the plate. And the umpires just aren't calling it. They're just not calling it. They don't know how. It's like they just don't know how.
All right, here's the backup question to that. Is it that these players aren't framing that's messing up the strike zone as well? I mean,
No. These umpires just don't know what they're doing. I'm 100% convinced. I'm 100%
very,
convinced
And
that they're
that's the
going to
reason.
school and don't know what they're doing.
those were valid questions. I just had to get out there.
Well, here's the thing, Bird. Perfect answer to that. What is baseball doing in the minor leagues and wanting to try to do in the major leagues? Put robots in there. Why? Because the umpires are missing so many calls.
And you say that, and why I went to that Coastal Carolina thing, going back to it for a minute, because we got off of it too quickly. That umpire had been a major league umpire that got fired because of his antics.
Well, yeah.
Should be.
Well, the thing is, you look at these umpires and refs and everything else. One of the things we love. I like watching NBA. But you want to know something that drives me nuts? I hate having my kids sit here and watch the NBA because of the rules. They allow them to walk. They allow them to do stuff that you can't do in grade school and high school.
I will say this about WNBA versus NBA. They are not afraid to call a travel on them girls. But for some reason, against the men, we don't know how to use that. We don't know what this symbol means. We don't know what a travel is in the NBA.
No.
They call it
Euro
stepping now or whatever.
Even the Euro step, if you do it the right way, it's still the 2 steps.
But you're in a shooting motion.
I mean,
you're shooting.
Yeah, but it's just
I know I was being sarcastic there,
but no, like we see guys carry, we see guys travel. They don't call it in the men's, but when it comes, as soon as a man touches a man, it's a foul. These women are damn near boxing.
Yeah, they are. It's sad.
I went to a fight and watched a basketball game break out.
Yep. It's an MMA on the court.
And don't get me wrong, I love seeing how hard them girls go. But can we have real basketball, please? Can we have real baseball, please? Can we have real football, please? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, we're not playing out in the at the park where there's no foul. If no blood, no foul.
Like, you're getting paid a lot of money to go to this school and mess up these calls, and you're messing up games. You're messing up the sport itself. Get better. Get better. That's enough of my zebra rant for the day. I'm so sick of the zebras. I am, dude. It's ridiculous. Like, and it's crazy because you can tell who's a fan of who. I should never
Yeah.
ever be able to tell who you're a fan of. Period. Period.
And you know what? There's,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying there will be, or it is, or it was, but there should be a question. Do you have a favorite team on that resume, on that application, whatever you want to call it? And if you
Yeah,
put
just don't have them
one
referee
team
those games.
down,
They can go to all the other ones. You just can't
thank
go to
you.
your team.
That's exactly where I was going. Thank you. You took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, that would solve a lot of things.
So
I almost feel like these refs and these umps went to school at Clemson.
No, they went to school at Miami.
they darn sure didn't go to Texas. Tell you that right now.
Oh, well,
All right. So
no,
did we have anybody get swept in baseball? Anybody get swept?
yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it was the Reds. Somebody picked the Reds. I don't
The
remember
Reds
who
got
it
swept?
was. Yeah.
Who do you think picked the Reds?
I know it was you
It
because
was,
we were the only one that did it.
I
Red
know.
Sox Yankees at Yankee Stadium tonight at 7 o'clock. Too bad that's on during the football game.
Who's pitching in that game, Brandon?
I don't know.
I haven't checked either.
Cam Schittler, Connolly, Early. I don't think that's right.
Oh, so we're gonna see a lot of runs, huh?
It
Oh no,
might be an
that's
early night.
Connolly, Early, and Cam Schlitter. Schlitter.
So we're gonna see some runs.
Schlitter?
So it's two youngins pitching.
Yeah, you got a left-hander against a right-hander, and
Ouch.
That might be an
Ouch.
early night. No pun intended.
they've got the Red Sox predicted to lose this game, but I need my Red Sox to come through. I cannot stand the Yankees. Sorry,
When it
Yankees.
when it comes to batting, I'm pretty sure the Yankees have the advantage, but you know what? The Red Sox seem to have the Yankees number ever since that World Series. So it'll be good. This will be a very good matchup. I wish it wasn't for the wild card. I really wish it would have been later in the playoffs, but
Like a 7-game series.
Tigers at Guardians at 2 o'clock today on ABC. Uh,
I think
I'm gonna try to watch a little bit of that game today.
I think
yeah.
the Tigers are going to take it.
Well, that's your pick, so you need them to take it. So I've got the Red Sox winning today. I got the Guardians winning today at home, and I got the Cubs winning today at home.
And see right there, me and you are. I think we are completely different, Brandon, because I went Yankees, Tigers, Padres.
I
Well,
went.
sounds like
I
you're going to
think
be disappointed again today.
I think I took the.
It would be the first
Oh,
time.
that's right.
I think I took the Red Sox.
Damn it.
Tiger.
Bird, you're not allowed
Padres.
Yes.
to pick the teams I pick. You are banned from picking the teams I pick.
Not so
Since
fast,
you did
my
my
friend.
Cowboys 30, we are done. You are done.
Hey, you said
Hey.
Cowboys only.
Hey, Brandon. We need to go to that movie that had Richard Pryor in it, where he said pick none of the above. That's what we need to have Rod do every time now.
None of the above.
None of the above.
Hey, Rod. So last night, instead of being on TikTok Live, we had pizza and movie night, and we watched the Minecraft movie. Have you guys seen that yet?
No.
No.
My son loved it.
Is it good?
No, it was dumb.
Good.
It was stupid. It was,
I meant
it was
for a kid.
stupid.
It
I
was
was
good.
laughing all the way through it. It was so stupid. They did a really good job on it. Jack Black and Jason Momoa, they are hilarious together. and he's like stuck in the '80s, and I'm like, hey, look, it's my future, and it was great. He's like a grown man stuck in 1989. It was,
It's that
it's pretty funny.
these kid shows like movies and stuff, these Disney and stuff like that. And I don't know where they've come up with it, but ever since uh, Space Jam,
The first one or the second one? The
it's just
second one was
gotten
not.
no. The first one, it was they've just gotten better with the animation
Oh
and
yeah,
everything. It's pretty neat to see.
yeah. It was a pretty good time. My 3-year-old, he loved it. He enjoyed that whole movie, which is really hard to get him to sit through something that's not a cartoon. And we had a great time last night. So if you guys haven't seen it, watch the Minecraft movie. It's pretty funny. Jack Black is great. I love Jack Black. Ever since he did School of Rock, Jack Black has been my
I'm right there with you. I love that movie. Every time it's on, Brandon,
yeah.
I
Jack
watch
Black's
it.
my guy, and he did a great job in that movie last night as Steve. But all right.
I
So
got a surprise for y'all coming up here shortly.
what's up?
When we get into our picks, I'll let you know.
All right.
Oh gosh,
Round one of the Country Club of Jackson, Mississippi. Meisner is at 5 under, tied with Cole, Ryder, you, and Olson. Going on right now.
that ain't bad.
Uh,
Today's the first day though of it, right?
yeah.
Today's Thursday, right?
Yep.
Yeah, today's Thursday. It's the first day. So 5 under is the leaderboard. You got guys teeing up
Not bad
140 today. Uh,
That's not bad coming out the first round.
Brent Snedeker, Adam Hadwin.
Some of these may be the lower tier guys. Like, I know
Kevin Struelman.
But that's a good thing about golf, Rodney. You could come out and have a crap day the first day, and turn it around and play the 3 best rounds of your life the next 3 days, and win a tournament, and vice
Eddie
versa.
true.
McGruyan, Riley, Matt Kuchar. There's some pretty good names in here.
Yeah, Matt Kuchar. He was a star at Georgia Tech. His career hadn't really gone like I thought it would with winning more majors, but he's been a great player.
You know what? They're defined by the majors they win and stuff. And I'm gonna tell you what, them and the tennis players right there, because it's all you, and them are 2 hard sports.
Adam Hadwin,
Hard
he's a
sports to do.
Canadian. He's so hard not to root for. I mean, he's such a good dude. Like,
So ultimately, Brandon, how do you determine the cut line in golf?
so it's it goes. It depends on what the best person's done, what the field. They typically usually gets cut in half. Top 64, top 60. Like, you got to be in contention. Like right now, it looks like the cut line for this one will probably be. I mean, it's. We've already got people at 5 under, so the cut line is probably going to be at 3 under, 2 under, come Friday.
So even the good scores may get cut is what we're looking at,
Yeah,
unless the score goes higher.
it doesn't look like this. It doesn't look like this tournament's very big, so they may do the top 60 players.
That's just for people that don't know golf too well.
Well, that would be perfect. That's something you would be good at, Bird. A caddy.
Oh, dude, I would love to be a caddy. I'm not Bird, but I would love to be a caddy.
If I could walk the course like when I was younger, I probably would do
Oh, I
it.
would love it. Oh, that would be so much fun.
There's no way I could walk the course anymore, unfortunately.
Sit there and take notes on all their shots,
And
and that way when they come up, they're like, hey, dude, it's 172, but it's a little downwind. Let's use this club. Smack.
the thing is, Bird, one thing you cannot use in pro golf.
A golf cart.
Yep.
It's all right. I'll carry it. I'll carry it back.
Yep.
I hand him his little towel, hand him his water. I'll be all right. Be the best caddy you ever had.
So
Promise you.
that's hilarious. Hey, by the way, there's something I want to get on that real quick that just it bothers me that I seen this morning. And everybody knows who Xavier Howard is, right? Defensive back, used to play for Miami,
Yeah.
retired. Well, then he came out of retirement and he signed with the Colts. He played 4 games, and he just abruptly retired again yesterday.
What are you doing when you coming back like that? I mean, if you retired once, now Michael
As a football player, I would never want him in my locker room again.
I know that's what I was saying. Michael Jordan retired for personal reasons for a year or two, but he came back and played full time. That's the point I'm making. Was going there with. So ultimately, these guys here, they're doing it for attention. Is what they're doing. Speaking of which, did you see where Shaquille Leonard from the Colts retired?
Did he really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it,
Yeah.
man. I wanted him.
But it was, just and the thing is, what I've read is Howard, he got criticized because he got beat a couple times in that game Sunday. And now he wants to retire to spend more time with his family. That's something you guys would have talked about before you came out back and signed with a team, I would think. Me personally, that's him just giving up on his teammates. And it's not the first time we've seen somebody do this. The kid that went to Illinois, I can't think of his name right now.
He played on the Dolphins.
Vernon Davis's brother.
Vontae
Retired
Davis.
Buffalo. Vontae Davis. Mid-game at Buffalo, at halftime, he retired. Are you kidding me?
He pulled a John Kruk.
Hey, is Purdy playing today, or is it going to be Mac Jones? 100%? Because ESPN has got Purdy as questionable.
They do.
Let me look.
I think he could honestly be a game-time
I think
decision.
he's out because he's on one of my fantasy leagues. Let me look.
He says he's out in DraftKings.
Yeah, so.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Hashtag not a sponsor. I love it.
He,
Hey, by the way, we got a minute, Brandon. Go through let everybody know our sponsors real quick.
This episode is brought to you by Heaven Sent Hellbent Gear. Get your hshbgear.com. Enter promo code MARRIED. Get your 15% off. Liquid Nitro Energy Drink. Styles Apparel. Styles with a Z, where we keep you in style. Get the latest fashion in women's apparel. And WEnergy.com. Get your 10% off. Promo code MARRIED.
according to the
And with the Styles apparel, Rodney will try them on for you.
Oh my goodness! Don't tell him that.
don't
I'm
put
joking.
out that we'll have you in them. Don't lie. You're a volunteer.
As long as it ain't a mini skirt, that's all.
All
I
right, so
care.
guys, I want to get into a little bit of football. We got some time.
By the way, for the record, Purdy is out today.
Everybody's fucking out on the 49ers. They're playing third string today.
Oh, nice. Is the defense third string?
I don't know, but that's the look. I mean,
'Cause it looks like Matthew Stafford's about to have a field day, which is who I've got as my fantasy quarterback today. No, guys. So there is some interesting storylines looking at this week coming up in football. But what's interesting is the 3-1 teams and the 2-2 teams. So the Jags are 3-1, the Lions are 3-1, the Chargers are 3-1, the Seahawks are 3-1, the Bucks are 3-1, and the Colts are 3-1, and the Niners and Rams are both 3-1. The only undefeated teams are Buffalo and Philly. Out of the two undefeated teams, which one do you think will remain undefeated the longest?
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Wow.
I never thought I'd agree with Corey here. Normally I go the opposite way, but Buffalo,
I, I'm
All
I'm
right, talk
not
to me about
sold.
Buffalo.
yeah.
I'm
Why do
not
y'all think
sold
it's gonna
on
be
the Eagles. Why do I pick Buffalo? Simply, I think they have a more complete team. I mean, they've had the hard fought comebacks already with the game against Baltimore, but we can argue both ways that Baltimore gave up that game. But ultimately, they fought back, so I think they're a more complete team than the Eagles.
My thing is I'm going towards the Eagles. The reasoning why I think Buffalo's going to last longer. Number one, something's going on in that locker room with AJ Brown, first and foremost. And it's and then another thing is we have not seen Saquon Barkley have a breakout game. That line is not blocking like it did last year. So there's number two things on offense. Then when you go to the defense, their corners are horrible, minus Cooper DeJean and Sidney Brown, and they're both safeties. So Nolan Smith's still out. That's not helping. I they've had the right kind of schedule to start the year for them, and I'm not sold on them as a team. It just feels like we're waiting to see them implode.
So I'm going to take a little bit of what both of y'all said, and I'm going to apply it to both the Bills and the Eagles because I think the Eagles and the Bills are the most fraudulent 4-0 team I've ever seen in my life. And I can't fraudulent. And I know this is going to make a lot of Buffalo people mad, and this is going to make a lot of Eagles fans mad, and I'm sorry. If you can't handle the truth, then maybe you should look in the mirror and figure your stuff out. The Eagles, that is one of the most craziest statistics I've ever seen in my life. How do you have 0 passing yards and you're still having fourth quarter comebacks? To me, that is one of the craziest things. Why is Jalen Hurts not throwing the ball? Does Jalen Hurts not know how to throw it? Because right now he's playing selfishly. Just very, very selfish. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith are two very good receivers, as much as I hate to admit it. Saquon Barkley is arguably the best back in the NFL right now. You can argue Christian McCaffrey. You can argue Jonathan Taylor. You can argue Derrick Henry. There's a lot of the guys that you can argue. But as of what Saquon has done so far, he's the best back in the league. People have made a conscious effort to stop Saquon. We've seen it. They're letting Jalen Hurts run uncontrollably to stop Saquon. And at some point, I think that's going to catch up to you. I'm not 100% sure that Jalen Hurts can just run over everybody. I didn't think they should have beat the Rams. They did. The Buffalo Bills should have gotten smacked by the Ravens. They came back. I'm not so sure that either team is going to be able to sustain this amount of luck. Because that's
okay.
Week 1 was CeeDee Lamb dropping balls. Week 2 against the Chiefs was Travis Kelce dropping a touchdown. We against the Rams, it was they let them come back. What happened there? What you couldn't get a first down in the second half? No, you got to will some shit. Eventually, you got to put your nuts on the table. No, they should both have losses. The Eagles have not played well. The Buffalo Bills have not played well.
I got a question for you, Brandon. December 28th. That's a significant day here because the Eagles play the Bills that day. Do you think we see both of them go undefeated until then?
No, I think the Bills lose this weekend to the Patriots.
Corey?
Yeah, I don't think they make it. I don't think they make it that far. Either one of them.
I mean, unfortunately, I
What
don't see
was
the
it?
Broncos getting past the Eagles at 12 o'clock, going from Mountain Time to Eastern Time. So it's really 10
Yeah,
o'clock your time, which means you're going to have to get up at like 4 o'clock on game day, 4 a.m. on game day to get ready. That's going to be tough for the Broncos. I don't see the Eagles losing this week, but a nighttime game against Mike Vrabel, Drake May's playing lights out right now, and they're healthy. That's going to be tough. Now they are at home, so I don't expect the Bill. I actually picked the Bills to win this game, but there is something telling me that the New England Patriots could upset the Bills tonight or Sunday night. I just have that gut feeling. But the Eagles getting past the Broncos getting past the Eagles, I see that being easy.
Now, November 10th, the Eagles and Packers will play. Could that be when they lose?
I
The
think
Eagles.
I think we'll see Micah Parsons that day.
Do you think that the Eagles will sustain undefeated for another 4 weeks? Because
I
that's
don't.
what we're looking at.
I don't. I mean, I think they got exposed against the Rams. I think they got exposed against the Bucks. How the Bucks didn't come through was Baker Mayfield throwing an absolute ridiculous tip ball. That ball was tipped. That receiver. If that lineman doesn't tip that ball, that receiver's in the back corner. And Baker's got enough arm to get it there, and it's not picked. But the defender tipped it, and it goes to the other defender. I mean, it's not luck. It's complementary football. But with your offense being the way that it is, your back end being the way that it is, you've got Sean McDermott making bad decisions for the Bills. You've got Josh Allen having to put on a cape. It's just not sustainable. But yet, for some reason, these teams keep doing it. They keep doing it until they get into a supernatural funk.
Corey, what's your thoughts?
I agree with Brandon. I mean, these two teams. I don't know. I don't have faith in Philly, and it's not because I don't like them. It's just by what I've seen of them.
I
Buffalo, Buffalo. I think they have the pieces, but we'll see. I mean, they are. James Cook is running the ball lights out. Can Josh Allen sustain his passing? And can he stay healthy? Is going to be a key because he's the quarterback that doesn't like to slide. And so,
I have more faith in Buffalo than the Eagles, ultimately, for the reasons you mentioned. But the only drawback that I have with the Bills Eagles is the coaching. I'm not sold on McDermott compared to Sirianni.
No, I'm
Sirianni,
sold on Sirianni. I'm sold on Sirianni as much as I hate to say that.
I agree. I mean, that's the point. And so team wise, the way they're playing right now, I'm sold on Buffalo. But if it came down to a coaching matchup, give me Sirianni.
You know what's crazy though? Cowboys are 1-2-1, so they're not technically 1-3. But you have the Raiders at 1-3. You have the Browns at 1-3. You have the Ravens at 1-3. You have the Dolphins at 1-3. You have the Panthers at 1-3.
Yeah, I know. My Panthers have the same record as Clemson right now. Thank you for reminding me.
Which one of those don't fit?
We know the Ravens don't fit, but now here's the kicker to that. Of the Browns and Ravens in that division right now, based on forget quarterback and everything aside right now, based on the defense, who's a better 1-3 team? Because Lamar's going to be out for multiple weeks. I mean,
Couple weeks.
there's a couple weeks. You get
Maybe
what I'm
2 weeks.
trying to say, though.
I mean, I get it. Matabike's out for the Ravens. That whole defense is out for the Ravens. The Ravens are one of the most disappointing teams in football. The Texans 1-3. That they're going to be 1-4. Luckily, the Texans are going to the Ravens. Ravens should mollywop them. It shouldn't even be close.
But will it be close? That's the question. We don't know till we play the game.
I'd say the one that doesn't fit right now, and it's an outside the box look, but I don't think the Raiders fit that 1-3 bill. If it wasn't for Geno Smith's 6 interceptions, they could be 3-1. But he's had 2 games where he's thrown 3 INTs.
Are you thinking college basketball again, NIT?
No.
All right. I was worried about you. I thought your memory was going there, man.
I think the Browns are going to be a really tough defense. I'm really excited to see what Dylan Gabriel does. I expect to see Shador in a couple weeks.
I already called it. I said what they're doing now is giving these young guys. They start out with Flacco. They're going to give these young guys real game time minutes to see who they're going to rock with from here on out. So next offseason.
I'm calling it Gabriel.
Next offseason.
I'm calling it.
Go ahead.
Well, go ahead.
I was
going to say I'm calling Gabriel is going to fall flat on his face this weekend.
I hope not. I took him.
But ultimately, the rest of the season, we're going to be seeing Shador and getting Dylan Gabriel competing for the starting job next year. That's where I'm going with how they hand. Everybody was like, why they got carrying 4 quarterbacks and all. That's ultimately why. They want to see what they got with the 2 quarterbacks they drafted this year and make an ultimate decision. Do y'all agree with that?
What Gabriel are we going to get? Are we going to get the Gabriel that played at Oregon, or are we going to get the Gabriel that played at Oklahoma?
That's the question.
I mean, neither one of them were that great.
At least Sanders performed at Jackson State and at Colorado.
But can he perform without his dad being his coach?
He did all through high school.
That's a fair point, but I'm saying on a higher level.
What people don't realize is Deion had no say in the offense being ran. It was Pat Shurmur. Deion didn't get a say. He didn't get to say, hey, he's throwing the ball. He's throwing the ball. It was all Pat Shurmur.
Fair point.
So, I mean, like I said, I'm not sold on Dylan Gabriel. I'm just not a fan.
But
he's one of those that benefited from going to 3 different schools. because if he would have never left Oklahoma, we're not even talking about him in the NFL this year.
I think you would have seen him, but I don't think you would have seen him as high as drafted as he was. But I was high on Dart. I was midly high on Sanders. I wasn't really, but I was more sold on Will Howard and Kyle McCord, and even the Indiana quarterback. What was his name last year? Rourke or something like that.
O'Rourke,
I was
yeah.
high on those guys coming out in the later rounds where they could be everyday starters.
He, if I'm not mistaken, Rourke's in San
Yeah.
Francisco.
All right.
So,
So there's 8 teams that are 3-1. Okay. Jags, Lions, Chargers,
Yep.
Seahawks, Bucks, Colts, Rams, Niners. Out of the 3-1 teams, which one of these are legit?
Whew. Go ahead, Bird.
I'm going to go with the Jaguars. And this is going to sound crazy, but you know what, Brandon? I'm going to give you your props. Duval in the house, Liam Cohen, has made a difference in that team. Travis Etienne, they were wanting to trade him the offseason. They kept him, and he's become a force in the backfield. Trevor Lawrence isn't really making that many mistakes. They've got a decent defense, and they play in a lowly AFC South. I think they're more legit than some of these others because of those factors.
I'm gonna go here. I've got two things I want there. I'm gonna say the what 3-1 team I think is legit, and one 3-1 team that if they win tonight is the legit one. What no matter what. I like the Chargers. Harbaugh knows how to coach. He showed it last year. He showed it before at Michigan. He showed it before at San Francisco. He showed it at Stanford. He does not get enough credit for the coach he is. But the team that I was going to say is legit if they win tonight, and you're going to laugh, but it's San Francisco. And the reason why I say that, the reason I will say that if they win tonight, this team has just found ways to win. Unlike Philadelphia, where they've backdoored their way in, San Francisco has clawed their way to 3-1. With all the injuries and all the things going on with them, it's weird.
That's why you get my weird face right now.
It is. I can't help it.
Because ultimately, I never thought you would have went there with San Fran because of the injuries and everything. But when you put it all together, it does make sense. All right, Brandon, I'm coming to you right now and asking you which one of us is right, or you got your own take.
So I have 3 division winners sitting at 3-1 right now. My division winners are the Rams, the Bucks, and the Jags. I picked the Jags to win the South. I do think they're legit. For everything that I've been saying, the addition with Liam Cohen, I think, is huge. He resurrected Baker Mayfield's career, did a great job with him in L.A., did a great job with him in Tampa, and now he's going to do a great job with Trevor Lawrence. I like the addition of Liam Cohen. People are not talking about him enough. But the team that I think – so I got the Bucks winning the South, and I have the Rams winning the West. Those are the 3 right now that are still 3-1 and have the best record other than the Bills and Eagles. I do think the Niners are legit, and for the things that Corey said about them just finding a way to win, I thought they were moving backwards. But the one that has shocked me the most, and that I am 100% buying in on, is the Indianapolis Colts. That is the most impressive 3-1 I have seen. I have been watching Danny Dimes become Indiana Jones. Don't who is this kid? This is not the same kid I saw in New York. Shane Steichen has done a great job. That was the one coach I was completely out on. Said that he was on the hot seat. He's not. That dude is legit. That quarterback is legit. Their running game with Jonathan Taylor is legit. Their receivers are legit, and that defense is legit. I'm 100% bought in on the Colts, and I thought they were going to be a bottom feeder. I thought getting to 5 wins was going to be really hard for them. They are on. I am bought in on them. I have been bought in on the Steelers. I bought in on Aaron Rodgers before the season started. We are going to see some great football come just before playoffs.
All right. Here's an interesting question. Shane Steichen, Liam Cohen, and Kyle Shanahan right now are your 3 front runners for Coach of the Year. Who do you give it to, and why?
I don't understand how you can say that.
Steichen has what?
Man, I think what Dan Campbell's doing with the Lions, dude. I thought y'all were moving backwards. I did not have the Lions. I didn't have the Lions missing the playoffs necessarily, because I had made it that far when I said that the Lions were going to move backwards. But I figured with both coordinators, man, I thought a wild card was going to be hard.
But see, all I've been saying about the Lions is I had them in the Super Bowl, and all I'm going to say about the Lions is you have to get there to make it, and I had faith that they would get there, if that makes sense.
I'm not 100% sold on the Lions, but I am 100% sold on Dan Campbell.
I agree.
And
I'll give you.
If Dan Campbell can make it and win if he can win the NFC and have the number 1 seed, he absolutely should be Coach of the Year, losing both coordinators and keeping that team together.
But see, for the teams that we mentioned, that
I mentioned the Lions.
No, I said for the teams that we mentioned when you were saying the 3-1 teams, the Jags, the
Lions,
Colts,
the
all right,
Chargers, the Seahawks, the Bucks, the Colts, the Rams, the Niners. Dan Campbell's in that group too.
No. All right, I'll put Dan Campbell in there. 4 coaches. I was trying to make a top 3, but 4 coaches. You say Dan Campbell. Corey, who do you say of the Coach of the Year right now?
Corey's in the middle of something right now. He's gonna have to move on.
All right.
I mean, who do you think should be Coach of the Year? I mean, it's just too early for Coach of the Year. But
I know it is, but this is the way they got started. We're at the quarter point of the season. That's what I was bringing up. Right now, I would have to say Liam Cohen. And because he's done the most with the least, in a sense, with the way that franchise was looked at. No slight to Dan Campbell, because I love Dan Campbell. I still said, even losing both coordinators, I got a lot of heat saying that they could make it to the Super Bowl. But ultimately, I think Liam Cohen in the first year coming in doing what he's doing with Trevor Lawrence speaks more volumes.
You know, the Lions we thought were legit, or not the Lions, the Packers we thought were legit. The Packers smacked up on the Lions 27-13.
Yeah. We still got to get into tonight's game a little bit.
We will.
So,
I know. The Lions smacked the Browns. The Lions beat the Ravens by 8. and the Lions beat the Bears by 31.
And
And
in
14.
college we talk about get right games and all, like the lower tier game
Yeah.
that a major team faces. You know what? I hate to call the Bears a get right game, but that Bears Lions game was a get right game for Detroit. They found something there that they are building on.
I think they're going to run all over the Bengals.
It's not even going to be close.
But I think this next week, uh, 10-5 is this week. 10-12 next week. The Lions take on the Chiefs.
That's going to be a game.
That is the matchup. Kansas City versus the Lions in 12 on October 12th. It's going to be a Sunday night game on NBC. I think that is going to determine a lot about the Lions and the Chiefs.
I will definitely agree with that. I have no rebuttal to that. That is going to be a game. That's a statement game right there for both teams. Who comes out and wants it more?
Like, I think the Packers are a playoff team. They did just tie with Dallas.
But you know what that tie does? People say, "Oh yeah, this and this," but those ties hurt playoff chances in the end.
I know. Why do you
So
think I'm not happy that I would have rather have lost than tied?
no, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. But ultimately, that's what I'm saying. That tie's gonna could come back hurt Green Bay more than Dallas. Ultimately, because if we're picking Green Bay to go to the playoffs, that tie can keep them out. That's all I'm saying.
Um,
You disagree with that?
Not necessarily, but sorry, Corey texted me. He's having an emergency right now. Uh, I don't know. I think that the Chiefs and the Lions are legit. I still am standing behind them. I didn't think the Lions were legit, but I think that Kansas City is legit. I think Dan Campbell needs to get over the Chiefs. I think Dan Campbell is going to have to get over some of these bigger teams. Like they play the Rams, the Cowboys, uh, the Bucks, the Vikings, the Commanders. They've got a tough little schedule. I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% sold on the Lions yet. But if he can get past that gauntlet and win the
I'm
North,
I'm 85% sold on the Lions. I know that's going to sound crazy, but
you got beat down by how good of a Packers team are they really? You smacked the Bears, which the
but
Bears
they,
won 2 weeks in a row. I mean,
yeah.
maybe they might go on a streak. I still don't think the Bears are good. I think they have talent. I think they're figuring it out. You beat the Ravens, but are the Ravens good?
All right, those two, I'll give you. The thing I'm gonna say about the Green Bay
And
game
you beat the
was it was
Browns. Whoa.
you're not making my point easy, all right?
I mean, that's kind of the point, right? It's to make it
Yeah.
harder on you. I mean, what are the
All
Lions?
right, they are the Lions, but they're the fighting Campbells.
And then this week, the Lions are going up against a very bad Bengals team without Joe Burrow.
That's going to be a laughable game. I hate to say it.
Yeah. But see, then you got the Lions and Chiefs. Then you got the Bucks at the Lions. Then you got the Vikings at the Lions. You got the Lions at the Commanders. The Lions at the Eagles. New York comes to the Lions. Okay, I get it. Steelers at the Lions. This is Aaron Rodgers. Uh, that's going to be an interesting matchup right there.
It will be, and I'm gonna say all these schedules, the schedule you're mentioning, It's going to come down to how good that Detroit defense is going to be, because that's their strength. I mean, yeah, they got Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery in the backfield, and a serviceable quarterback in Jared Goff, who is better than people think he is. They
I
got some
like Jared
great
Goff.
receivers, but
He's kind of
ultimately,
bulky.
that defense is going to have to carry some of these games.
I mean, I think the defense it can. So let's get into tonight's game. We got a little bit of time left. Corey's having a medical emergency. What Niners and Rams tonight on Prime. Who you got? Why are you taking them?
I took the Rams in this game. 5.5 is about the right number. I expect them to win by 6. I think Stafford. I'm not sold on the Niners right now because Brock Purdy's out. I know they got McCaffrey, Pearsall, and those guys, but ultimately they've been playing hurt, and I think the Rams are still a more complete team right now.
I have the Rams as well. Not be, and it wasn't even because the um, everybody's out for the Niners. I'm taking Matthew Stafford to win that division. Um, Puka Nakua and Devontae Adams, that is an elite group of receivers. If Matthew Stafford can stay upright, he can throw the ball. And so I really like everything the Rams are doing. I think they had a tough loss against Philly. I think they're ready to bounce back. Matthew Stafford has a big day. Puka has a big day. And Devontae Adams, for some reason, Matthew Stafford was overthrowing him a lot in that Eagles game. And so I think that Devontae Adams has a bounce back game. Matthew Stafford has a bounce back game, and Puka Nakua goes off for another 100 whatever.
What's the name of the running back there?
Kyron Williams.
Yeah, he is. He's going to be an elite running back too. So they're going to have to stabilize the run for Puka and Adams to get open. So
Oh my goodness.
what?
I've got people making trades that are trying to help people win and not themselves. I'm 2-2. I'm not having a very good week. I'm not having a very good year.
I'm 3-1. I'm
I should
having a
have had
good
2
year.
wins, and both of them I got stolen from me overnight because of Derrick Henry. And Aaron Jones is out.
Yeah, Aaron
Actually,
Jones.
I had Aaron Jones having a big year.
Yeah, Aaron Jones being out. How that Vikings game this week was a hard for me. Vikings and Browns at 9:30, I think it is in the morning.
Dude, I'm honestly, I kind of like the Browns in that game, but I don't trust Dylan Gabriel.
That's where I'm at. That's why I said that right there is going to be very hard to pick. I'm still up in there, so I'm not going to give my pick on that to tomorrow.
All right.
Um,
So I think that's all the games tonight, right?
yeah, we got a college game tonight, but it's not a.
Who is it?
Let me pull it up real quick.
Oh,
I
if you
think
don't know it, never mind. You got to look it up. I just thought you might know it.
it won't take but a second.
Knicks are up on the Sixers, 50-43.
Yeah.
Abu
See,
Dhabi.
it was Sam Houston State and New Mexico State. That's why I said it's not going to be that big of a game compared to Saturday slate.
Yeah,
So I
Sam
think
Houston was a man. So I do expect to see Matthew Stafford put up big numbers tonight. I don't. How do you feel about Robert Saleh in that defense?
Salah fits San Francisco scheme. And when I say that, I know the coach puts the scheme in, don't get me wrong. But Salah has been with San Fran before. And San Fran was elite with Salah. And for him to go back there, I think that was a coup for the 49ers.
I think Saleh needs San Fran. I don't think San Fran needs Saleh.
Hmm. Tell me why.
He's not. At least as a head coach, he did not give me the "Hey, I want to go play for you" vibes. It was like, "Hey, this is miserable" vibes. Um, his defense, he had a star-studded defense that could play. He got them playing. Don't get me wrong, but they also went without him.
I don't disagree with that, but I think schematically it's something about him and the Niners
He needs the
that
Niners. The Niners don't need him.
I can see that. You're right. I think you're right. You swayed me there.
I think that's why he has success there. That's why I don't think he'll have success anywhere else. I don't.
Now, do you think
I think that's where he's at. But we've hit
do you,
our hour 15, man. Let's go ahead and we'll have to figure out what's going on with Corey later when we get off here. But this episode was brought to you in part by Heaven Sent Hellbent Gear. Get your HSHBgear.com. 15% off promo code married. WEnergy.com and promo code married. Get you 10% off. Liquid Nitro Energy Drink and Styles Apparel. Guys, we will be live tonight for the game. I'm calling the game tonight.
you are? All right.
Yeah, you have Pee Wee. I have NFL. You have Pee Wee football.
All right.
I thought we agreed on this.
We did.
You're the little boy. I'm the big guy. You do Pee Wee football. I do big boy football.
You're so funny.
I know, but no, I got the game tonight. And then I'll have the Texas game. You got everything else on college, and then we'll split up Sunday. But we'll be live tonight during the game, and we're gonna get Rodney's eyebrows. Have your wife shave your eyebrows during the game?
We'll see.
All right, guys. Peace.
Peace.